Hi, my name is Al-Haqq, and I'm here to discuss domestic violence. As I am an advocate and a survivor myself, domestic violence is any pattern of behaviors that attempts to control and imitate a partner or family member through fear, manipulation, isolation, financial abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, or verbal abuse. Domestic violence is not any way, shape, or form geared towards a specific person. Anybody can actually fall prey to this epidemic. It doesn't matter your age, doesn't matter your race, doesn't matter your ethnicity, doesn't matter your gender, and it doesn't matter your socio-economic status. So don't think that it can't happen to you, because it can. As long as you know the signs, then you can help prevent it from happening. I didn't know the signs when I was with my son's father, when we were in a relationship, and that's why I ended up being assaulted and became a victim of domestic violence. Well, I'm actually not a victim, because a victim is someone who actually died by the hands of their abuser. I call myself a survivor because I was able to endure the pain. What happened to me was on October 19, 1997, when I almost lost my life. Me and my son's father were in an altercation, and we were fighting over the discipline of my son. By the way he was taking his finger and put it in my face, he was pointing his finger at me, and to me that's a violation. So I got his finger out of my face, and then I shoved him to the side on his head. I guess he didn't like that, so he retaliated, and he put me in a full Nelson chokehold. I wrestled and tussled and tried to get out that move, and then we fell and slipped to the floor. While we were on the floor, he was choking me. And while he was choking me, he was saying, "Why did you hit me? Why did you hit me?" And I'm telling him, "I'm sorry." But in the meantime, he did not let go. And instead of the pressure being released, he put more and more pressure on my neck until he eventually did the ultimate betrayal, which was snapped it. So I heard my neck go, and then I felt it, and then my lights were out. I don't know what happened. I didn't realize that he had just done that. I passed out. I'm not sure how long, but I thought I had just died. Then he was waking me up. He was moving me like, Noor, wake up. And I looked around. I said, I'm still here? So by the grace of God, he gave me a second chance. And that's why, as an advocate and a survivor, it is my duty and it's my calling to be able to let others know the signs of abuse. Because I did not know the signs. I didn't recognize them. There are types of abuse that people don't think are abuse, but any kind of abuse is considered abuse. The way to recognize some of these signs: if a person wants you to get in a relationship too fast, that's going to turn into abuse. If a person is jealous, if they isolate you from friends and family, isolation is the #1 key with domestic violence, because they keep you to yourself, or they keep you to themselves, and they don't let you have friends or family without you knowing, or without them knowing where you're going to be. They want to keep tabs on you at all times. They blame others for your problems, or they blame you for their problems. They have sudden mood swings. They speak disrespectful to you in front of other people. They say hurtful things to you, and then they apologize. That's another thing. They always become remorseful, which is why a lot of women stay in the relationship, because their partner tells them that they're sorry, that they won't ever do that again. And we have hopes that that's true, but most of the time it's years that goes by before a woman finally leaves, or we should say a man finally leaves, because men can also be abused by women. They're cruel to your animals or your children. They make inappropriate sexual demands, and they have abused previous partners. So if you know these signs, you want to be able to try to help somebody that you look that doesn't look like they're right in a relationship, because they're not going to tell you up front. The causes of domestic violence sometimes is because others, they might have been abused in their previous relationships, or they were abused as a child, so they become abusive. The effects can be very detrimental because it leaves people with scars that you cannot see. And emotional scars are worse than physical scars because those are the ones that take the longest to heal. Now, there are sources out there that people can reach out to, different hotlines, different safe houses. They just don't. But I'm going to go ahead and give you the 800 number so that if you know somebody that might need help and they're just afraid to ask, they can call the YWCA Crisis and Information Line at 615-242-1199 or 1-800-334-4628. I also have a page on Facebook called Break the Silence to Stop the Violence if you want more information. And if you want to see the rest of my story and my testimony, it's on that page. That's Break the Silence to Stop the Violence. That's the number 2, because we're taking 2 actions. We're breaking the silence and we're stopping the violence. I hope this was helpful information, and I look forward to helping as many people as I can. Thank you for listening.